Truancy education session. A collaboration with the YMCA Youth Service Bureau, YSB, Allen County Superior Court, and participating Allen County school districts. Understanding truancy. How is truancy defined? Indiana state law requires that parents are responsible for having their children attend school. Pursuant to Indiana Code 20-33-2-3.2, attend means to be physically present in school or at another location where the school's educational program in which a person is enrolled is being conducted during regular school hours on a day in which the educational program in which the person being enrolled is offered. How is a habitual truant defined? A habitual truant is defined as student who is chronically absent by having unexcused absences from school for more than 10 days of school in one school year.
Hello, my name is Andrea Trevino, and I'm judge of the Allen Superior Court, situated at the Allen County Juvenile Center. Today I'm going to cover some basics about what Indiana law says regarding school attendance and truancy. Indiana law states parents must have their children in either public or private school from the age of at least 7 until the date in which the child either graduates, turns 18, or is at least 16 years of age, and the student, parent or guardian, and principal all agree to withdraw the student from school. Indiana Code defines attend to mean being physically present in a school or at another location such as virtually, where the school's educational program in which a person is enrolled is being conducted during regular school hours. A student is considered to be truant when the child actively refuses to attend school. A student is considered as being a habitual truant when they have accumulated 10 truant days. Please refer to your school district's handbook or speak to a school official if you have questions about your school's specific policy on absences or what constitutes a truant day. The superintendent or an attendance officer must report habitual truancy to an intake officer of the juvenile court or to the Department of Child Services. When this happens, the child's school prepares and files an affidavit against a parent for a child's habitual truancy. The filing of that affidavit triggers official court action, which can include referral to an agency for completion of services or even formal court proceedings. When a parent or child do not respond to initial efforts by the school or another intervening agency, the court or Department of Child Services may pursue more serious action against both the child and the parent. For example, a child who does not respond to efforts may be brought before the delinquency court to face a formal truancy charge. This can result in a juvenile record, the juvenile being placed on probation, or even in secure detention in some situations. The parent can, and typically is, assessed significant fees associated with this process. Additionally, a child's poor attendance is reported on high school transcripts and may negatively impact college applications. Unless a child's withdrawal is due to a true hardship, the student's driver's license will also be invalid until the child reaches age of 18. A parent who does not respond to initial efforts to curb a child's truancy can find themselves involved with the Department of Child Services for an assessment or case for educational neglect. In the worst of cases, a child can be removed from a parent's home based upon neglect. Finally, a parent or guardian of a child who knowingly or unintentionally violates the truancy laws can be prosecuted in criminal court. These charges range from Class C misdemeanor to Class C infractions and carry with them assessment of fines of up to $500 and even jail time. My point in outlining these responsibilities and potential consequences, and that it's important to understand that the law on a parent's duty to have their child attend school is clear. Parents must have their kids in school, and families can get in trouble when they do not comply with the laws on this. To avoid the potential negative consequences associated with violation of the truancy laws, it is vital that parents comply with the laws and cooperate with any and all services ordered.
Absences. What are some examples of excused absences? These vary between each of the 4 districts. Illnesses that are excused by written note from a doctor. Some are reason-specific: head lice, death in the family, inclement weather, pre-approved college visits, religious holidays, etc. What are some examples of unexcused absences? Failing to participate in e-learning or virtual learning, missing the bus, missing excessive days after allotted days without a doctor's note, refusing to attend school, absence due to head lice or lack of immunization after the first day. Please be familiar with your school's district's attendance policy. Educational neglect. What is educational neglect? Educational neglect is when parent or guardian neglect or refuse to provide necessary education for their children. The Department of Child Services, DCS, may become involved in these circumstances. A referral to the DCS hotline, prosecutor involvement leading to a formal child in need of service, CHIN's case. What are the effects of truancy and educational neglect? More likely to become more dependent on family and or society for financial assistance even when they become adults. More likely to have poor school performance because they missed important educational building blocks. More likely to participate in risky behavior due to idle time. Parents lose time from other obligations. High schools can revoke driving privileges. Contributing factors. What are some factors that may contribute to truancy and educational neglect? Parent. Work schedules, family illnesses, negligence, lack of transportation, substance use. Child. Refusing to attend, unmet mental health needs, lack of future vision or goals, poor academic performance, which may lead to low self-esteem. School. Bullying, special education needs may not be met. Child may not have positive relationship with staff or peers. Community. Lack of resources, transportation, internet, clothing and or clean clothes, food, housing, etc. Lack of positive role models. Safety issues, violence near home or in between home and school. Culture and or language barriers. Factors that lead to success. Parent involvement or whole family involvement. Well child checkup and physicals. Asking for help when it is needed. School, SOCAP, probation, family, friends, etc. Child, making concrete and measurable goals, setting a schedule, bedtime and morning, join an after-school activity, be involved in the community, take medication as prescribed. School, a support system with meaningful incentives for good attendance and consequences for poor attendance. Making sure special education needs are being met. Establishing positive relationships. community. A collaboration among community members such as the YSB, law enforcement, mental health professionals, mentors, educators, and social service providers. After-school programs such as tutoring, mentoring, etc. What could happen next? After today, the school will continue to monitor your child's attendance. If school attendance is still an issue, your school may implement additional services up to and including notifying the YSB and the court for their involvement. If a referral or truancy affidavit is made to the court by the school, your student's attendance can be monitored by the courts, YSB staff if involved, and the school for up to 1 year while the referral is valid. Due to the length of time, it is possible the attendance can be monitored into the following school year. What could happen next? Should your student continue to have truancies, it may lead to additional YSB involvement and participation in the Status Offender Court Alternative Program, SOCAP. A referral to the Department of Child Services. The prosecutor's office will be notified, which could result in further court involvement. Ultimately, your student may be charged as a juvenile delinquent. If your child is charged as a juvenile delinquent, possible consequences may include numerous court meetings and/or hearings, referral for services, probation. If probation occurs, the referral can be monitored for longer than 1 year. Parents responsible for paying court and/or probation fees. In very extreme cases, your child could be removed from the home. YSB and SOCAP. YSBs Purpose. The YSB staff are aware that each family has challenges that may explain truancy and/or educational neglect. Our goal with the Status Offender Court Alternative Program, SOCAP, is to come alongside families to help them overcome these obstacles. If you and your student participate in services at our office due to continued attendance concerns, we will work with you to manage these challenges so that your child has the opportunity to benefit from their education and graduate from high school. YSB is a social service agency. Staff at YSB have the ability to make referrals for various types of counseling. Staff can provide mentoring. Staff can provide food vouchers. Staff can provide various forms of assistance and referrals for basic needs. Staff can provide YMCA memberships. And staff can implement community service work.